I got a question for you, Scottsdale. How many bicycle kicks can you do?
Well, I don't own a bicycle, so I don't know.
Welcome to the Article 1776 podcast. I am your co-host, Matthew Kicklighter, aka MK Warhammer. This is my business partner,
Scottsdale 87, and you fucking know it.
Yeah, damn right. And we have a wonderful, badass, lean, sexy guest here with us, the wonderful SAENZ203. Welcome aboard, brother. How is everyone doing?
His second time, mind you. We had a glitch last time.
Oh yeah, yeah. How's your day? How's everything going for you? I see you looking
good,
thin, fit, and in shape.
Yeah, I have dropped 77 pounds since February, so we're on the goal right now, on the roll to 80. Actually, where we're at.
Getting close, buddy.
I got to eat a few more packets of hot sauce before I go. Drop.
Yeah. I've got to bulk up a little bit. Like I bulked up around the middle. I've got the father figure, not the dad bod, but the father figure. But I actually stopped.
I think I had that for so long that I finally just decided to get rid of it and just do something.
Yeah,
like
that's kind of where I'm at right now. I hit a bad spot a long time ago. Like I got into a little bit of a fight with methamphetamines, and I got out of that shit on my own. Like, didn't go to rehab. I quit cold turkey, but I went from 190 to 130 in a few months, and it took me about 11 years to get back to 170. Wow. So I'm actually sitting at 172 right now.
You know what? I'll tell you right now, I am literally sitting at 239, and as lean as you think I am, I'm still a big guy, but I'm bulked up. You know, coming down from 316 to 239. So I got a 20 pounds that I want to hit and get down about 220s where I actually would like to be, because it's just a bigger figure.
Yeah, I'm trying to sit at 180 and just
I still do the HIIT workout. So I still do the plate carrier, the sauna suit, and for each rep I still do only 10 seconds for each interval. So what that's supposed to do is that even when you're resting, you're still burning those calories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 100%. So that's what a HIIT workout is that high intense interval training. So I've been keeping up with that and keeping up with the bulk, as you can see.
I can work out and I can hold my workout. I don't like working out with him.
You know, for me, it's the other way around. Well, it's also like it's a high intensity, but it's going from one workout to another workout to another workout, basically almost like a superset on top of a superset with very, very little rest in between. So a 30-minute workout, I'm already drenched in sweat.
Yeah, and I got to push this. I got to push this all the time. Is that working out, whatever that you do, whether it be biking, going on a run, or whatever that it is, hitting the gym, doing heavy weights. Working out does so much for the mental health game. It like really builds up that confidence for a person that is having a issue with depression or whatever it is. So whether it be a spotter right behind them just doing a bench press, something like that, just say you got it, one more, something like that could always help a person's mentality.
You remember the big dude from Varsity Blues, the big linebacker, Ethan Fool or whatever I think his last name is? Did you see that man's transformation?
Yeah.
Was that that
Billy
was
Bob,
the one I'm thinking, I know Billy Bob, but there was the other guy that his transformation, he was actually, oh my God, the guy, I can't remember his name, but I saw one guy, his transformation was just amazing. But he was almost on his deathbed with drugs and all
That's the
kinds of. I
dude.
actually
That's the
watched some of his
dude.
biography.
I seen him too.
That wasn't Billy Bob. That was a different guy. That was
Hang on a second.
man. I cannot
Hang
remember
on,
his
I'm
name.
looking it up right now.
You have to look him up.
Varsity.
He had a lot of good
Oh,
movies.
yeah.
He was a very big guy.
Always.
Remember the Titans? That's the one he came out in.
Yeah.
It wasn't Varsity Blues. It was Remember the Titans.
He's everything I've seen him in,
BCAs.
he's always been good in. Let's see, not Ron Lester. Okay, that's somebody completely different. That's Rob Lester. That's
He
not
starred
Billy
in
Bob.
Remember the Titans too.
Ethan Suplee.
Yep.
Ethan Suplee. That dude does not look the same.
Hey. At all.
Yeah,
And it's crazy.
It goes to help out tremendously, like I said, for your mental health and your self-confidence. My question is, how much of that training science did that come from the police? I know that some police academies or departments have a workout gym. Did you learn from anyone from the department, like specific type of styles that you kind of stick to?
So I've done the workout before, and I've done this before in a sense. So I had a few years back, probably maybe 14 years ago, I educated myself and just, was hitting the gym and doing things and just staying more active. And just, I think you become complacent in life and you just kind of don't do shit.
No, I can attest to that.
Sitting, I'm an administrator, so I sit behind a desk pretty much Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, not full time streamer, but pretty much streaming all the time and not moving around. So instead of sitting here drinking BCAs like I'm doing right now, or my protein shake on this side, I was sitting here with a bowl of M&Ms and just eating the shit out of them. And COVID didn't help
I
out
got
at
a whole
all.
cabinet of snacks right here. You ain't talking to nobody.
No.
This thing is like full of snacks. He's seen it. I've got bags of chips. I've got like cookies, granola bars. I've got some healthy stuff in there, but I've got a whole fucking cabinet of snacks.
That's bad.
Now
I have bag right here.
Now I have a refrigerator full of like, flavored seltzer waters and energy drinks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I got a question for you, Scottsdale. How many bicycle kicks can you do?
Well, I don't own a bicycle, so I don't know.
No, you know what but no, seriously, how many bicycle kicks can you do?
I mean, I could probably get through a good like 5 minutes, without having to like sit down and be like, okay, give me a second. Like I don't look like it, but I have been working out lately. So when I'm not streaming, I'm just fucking around. I have a 25-pound weight that sits right here, and I work my arms. I've been working my shoulders a little bit lately. I'm getting back to my old physique before I started fucking around and finding out. So I'm getting back to it.
I do like 200 push-ups. No, seriously, 200 push-ups each setting. Probably 150 crunches, and then
I'm about to 100 crunches right now,
and then probably 150 flutter kicks now, and then trying to do at least roughly around like 4 minute bicycle kicks in there. I'm also including planks as well.
Oh, nice.
You're
doing a lot of core exercises. So for me being as big as I was, trying to get down, because I don't do a whole lot of cardio. I do a little bit of walking here and there, but I haven't gotten back into running and jogging just because I'm still kind of big and I don't want to mess up. I'm 45 years old, guys. So
you got me by 10.
My body's not like it used to be.
You got me by 10.
Yeah. So it's not the same as I was at 25 and even at 35. It's a lot different at 45. So I don't want to take that chance and then really mess myself up, my knee or anything like that. But I will squat. I do squats. I do deadlifts. And you name it, I'm doing it at our gym. So
I can say this. There are some mornings to where I wake up and then be like, my blood's hurting today. But there are moments to where I could get up and like today, I feel kind of sore because I'm not doing anything. I'm more along the types that if I were to do something, then I'm fine. But if but if I'm not doing anything, then that's when it starts to kind of ache me because I got to be active. And I don't know if you guys know this, but have you ever done a grip the bars and do like a pull up, like a hang, like just hang there? Yeah. Supposedly what that's supposed to do is that if you're doing like a pull up bar hang, that's supposed to help alleviate your back and your spine.
Right. It's supposed to do some your like a decompression
Yep.
of your spine. It also helps with your spine, it helps with your shoulders, helps with your
Yeah.
joints. There's actually benefits to just hanging from the
Yeah.
pull-up bar.
I probably need to do that because my back has been killing me the last couple months.
That's the way I am.
Well, so last
way.
year, my daughter had her birthday party at a trampoline park,
Mhm.
and these little fucking kids, these little fucking kids, man, they were trying to show me up, and I was like, I ain't going down like that. I might be
Field
30
goal.
something, but I ain't a punk.
Field goal.
No, I didn't. Nah, you can't kick.
I ain't
I
no
ain't no
bitch.
bitch. Put respect on my
Ain't no
name. Ain't no
bitch.
bitch. So this trampoline park has like this big like pillbox in the center that you can jump from, and it's pretty high.
Yeah.
And there's a trampoline, there's another trampoline, and there's a trampoline at an angle against the wall. So I hit the trampoline, did a front flip, hit the trampoline, bounced off that angled trampoline and did a backflip, went over one trampoline and tried to land on the other. But when I did, I came down wrong and I blew out both of my knees and fucked up
Wow.
my back. And I think, Matt, we had first started talking about doing Article 17.6 around this time, but I was literally laid up in bed for a month. I could not walk without being bent over at like an 85-degree angle.
Mhm.
I couldn't lift shit. I wasn't working at the time because of COVID. Couldn't fucking do anything. The first day that I'm able to actually walk, I started a landscaping job and was throwing sod the first day. Yeah.
Oh,
And
damn.
then I remember him going to the gym with me. And then the next day, like the next moment, I said, never, I made a mistake. He messaged me. Like, I made a mistake because he couldn't move.
I went too hard. Yeah, I hadn't been in the gym in a long time.
Mhm.
And I was like, fuck it. I ain't no bitch.
He-
I got this. I got this, man.
yeah, he tried to follow after me. And I said to him, adjust the weights to your comfort. Adjust the weights to your comfort. Because don't follow me. Don't follow me because I know for a fact that my workouts will
I was
kill
doing
you.
home workouts, dude. I'm just doing push-ups and crunches and shit.
But you
I
were
ain't
still
like bench
you were
pressing
still
and shit.
feeling it. You were still feeling it with
Oh, yeah.
my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've learned, and here's a great thing. I've learned a lot. You think that my stuff was hardcore. I've learned specific workouts in not even just gym routine stuff, like creatively type of stuff. I've had like a Marine Corps Scout sniper that was helping me out for staying physically fit prior to getting to the Marine Corps.
Yeah, I was actually back then, before I tried to join the army, I was actually working out with a Marine Corps staff sergeant. He was with the law division, the law section. Not like JAG or anything. He was like anti-aircraft weapons and stuff like that, like missiles and shit. The Stinger missile systems, pretty much.
Yeah, I
So
have
I
a
was
question
working out
for
with him.
I got a question for you, SAENZ. I just thought, because I've had a law enforcement officer that was one of our coaches down in the school that I went to for football, and I think it's great to see the like some like law enforcement and like I don't know, work and build a relationship with the community that way as well. Like kind of coaching kids and kind of helping them out and being that life influencer, whether it be about coach or something like that. Have you ever, in your years of law enforcement, been a coach or something like that to like?
Not on a team per se, like football, basketball, or anything like that. I just never did the coaching or anything like that. But to help the kids out and be there, we've done different events and participate in different things with the kids and sports and things like that throughout the years.
And see, I think that's a key thing to like show the community and build that relationship, the community, and that's a great thing. And I remember you showing, and I think you showed it on stream too. I visited your stream when you showed this off. It was the photo that you had of taking the kids shopping.
Oh yeah, Shop with a Cop. And actually it's the holiday season, so we're actually getting ready. We had a donation from one of our local businesses and we're getting actually ready to buy a bunch of toys.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be giving them out to some kids this Christmas. But the Shop with a Cop was something that we were actually invited to. Somebody else raised the money, donated everything. They needed officers. I got the phone call. I'm like, we'll be there as soon as you need us. And I got together a bunch of the guys from patrol, some of the administrators, and we all went out there. We did Shop with a Cop at Walmart. Bus came in with full of kids. We all took a kid, and man, it's such a blessing to be able to do something and give back to the community, even though, you know, we're not, it's not coming out of our pocket, right? But for us to be able to do something like that and be able to participate in something like that, I know that even some of us put in our own money just because it was like, you had like a cap of so much money. It was like, you wanted something a little bit more, $20, $30 not going to hurt. So we took it out of our own pocket to actually do it. And, you know, it helped out. It just, you see the look on the kid's face. And it really is a blessing for them, and it's a blessing for us to be able to do something like that and provide it for them.
There you go.
Definitely.
It's always good to be in that influence. And I've also seen I've also seen police officers that would play games with like kids, or whether it be on the court or something like that. Is there
a time that we did that? There was I remember, and it's been a couple years because I'm not on the road as much as I used to be. But I remember one year there was a group of kids that were playing football. We stopped on the side of the road and like, hey, what are y'all doing? And we ended up playing football and throwing the ball with them for a little while. And then we ended up leaving, but it was just the look on their faces and everything. You know, we stopped. They didn't know what to expect. And then we're come down and we're throwing the ball with them.
I actually had something like that happen when I was a kid. We were playing football. This out in Florida. Orange County, Florida. So like Orlando, I think it was like actually Kissimmee, St. Cloud area. We were all playing football, and like, there's a parking lot where squad cars used to always sit. They would sit there and talk to each other for a little bit. And then you get like the CI cars that come in and talk to them for a little bit. There was like that little hangout spot, right? Well, one day there's like 4 or 5 cars up there, and we see them all roll out in a line, and they came right to the park, and we played an actual it was they call it the Kids versus Cops. We just played a little pickup football game right there. All the police officers on one side and all the kids got on one side. And I know the cops were letting us fucking win, but we were dusting them.
No, they weren't when y'all actually beat them.
If I was a police officer, I'm not gonna lie.
You got all that gear on and shit, so like,
if I was a police officer, I'm not gonna lie. And there's some kid like shit talking, saying, "Oh, I dusted you." I'm gonna whisper, "You little shit."
Probably
don't make me arrest you.
I know we did a couple of dodgeball games and a few other things with some of the kids, and then also with other teams that got together. I remember going against the fire department and things like that. Cool. Basketball, we put a team together, and I think we did some softball, if I'm not mistaken. Back in 2017, I think we did some softball. I want to say we did because I remember we went out and practice, and I just, you know, there are certain things you want to remember and certain things you don't, and I don't remember hitting the ball, so you know how that goes.
If you hit a cop with a dodgeball, do you still get charged?
No, I don't. That's a good question. Is that assault on a peace officer?
But I mean, like it's a juvenile charge at that point, right?
Right. Yeah, probably.
Admittingly, I laughed when there was I don't know if it's like a TikTok or a meme, but a police officer was racing a kid in the hallways of the school, it looked like. And then like for those of you in see, he like, this is honest, like hilarious to me. Both of them are running down. Police officers are stopped on the radio. Hey, there's a 6 foot whatever. Did you have?
We got a 6'4" kid running.
I saw that video.
Yeah. So I just got a question for you. Have you, SAENZ? Have you seen that video? It's a game on Steam called Ready or Not.
Yes, actually, I know a few streamers that actually would play.
I'm gonna get it. So like if.
You know what? It actually because you have to use your comms. You got to use. It's kind of like Tarkov in a sense, but it was more on the police officer side. The ones that I've seen that were playing, they had flashbangs, had everything, and then you can actually shoot your partner and things like that.
I'm afraid of.
Hang on. I like how he said that nonchalantly, and you can shoot your partner too.
Shoot your partner. Yeah, I'm a first person shooter, bro. You know, we play a little hardcore here and there.
Then I am fucked.
Dude, I'll shoot you in the leg to save your life. I swear to God, I'll Keanu Reeves your ass.
Just
I still owe one Wick a kill because he killed me in hardcore the other day, and I'm like, waiting to get back in there and just kill him when he's on a streak.
Just so there's Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay. The
Yes.
story mode, you're walking around as your Arthur, and this guy, he's like, I'm the fastest shot at the side of the Rio Grande or whatever. And he's like, I'll play a game with you. First one to shoot all the bottles wins $5. So you put $5 up against his $5. That's $10. He goes, all right, on the count of 3, start shooting. And 3, I went, pow! Won $10.
Like,
I got fired one shot, just pow.
I'm kind of getting interested in. I'm really wanting to get that not Call of Duty, God of War Ragnarok, because I've seen it and how well it looks.
I haven't seen it yet. I don't want to see it yet. I don't want to see it until I play it.
It looks good. Like I gotta
play the first one though.
Small little spoilers. You haven't played what?
I played the original God of Wars back in the day.
Okay.
PlayStation, like God of War 1, 2, and 3. I played those Gods of War. Okay, so the new God of War came out. I didn't have a gaming PC at the time, and I didn't have a console or anything either. So it was like, I'm not going to worry about it because I don't have it.
I think that they reference. I think it's the connection between like I don't necessarily it's the new ones, but I think that they made. It's a continuance to where they left out a gap between when he left for Greek gods and then transitioned over to Nordic.
So he actually, now I've read the book of the first game, so I kind of know where this went. He's actually in a different realm. So it's not just like he decided to, take up a different set of deities. He's in a completely different realm of what he was as the original Kratos, I guess you would say. So I've read the book. I have not played that game, so I kind of know what I'm getting into with the World Serpent and all that stuff. So I know all that stuff, but I haven't watched anybody play the new one yet because I want to play it.
I've seen some of the gameplay on the original, and I know somebody was playing it the other day, but I'm not into any of that, into games like that at all. I've just never have been.
So you're just like strictly shooter, pretty much.
Strictly shooter, pretty much. And then I got into Sea of Thieves this year, and Sea of Thieves.
I've seen you play that. That looks really fun.
Yeah, I've seen you play it. I got into Elden Ring for a little bit. Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I beat that game." I'm like, dude, I'm still in the first fucking section.
No, and the people that beat it, there's like 8 different endings, and there's so many different ways to beat it and things like that. I got 2 friends that I was in Discord a little while ago, Rob and Chris, and both of those guys have gone through that game so many different times. And
I was level 18, still stuck on the first section.
I have no idea what. I just saw them when they were playing it on Discord, and I was like, man, this actually looks pretty good, and it looks hard.
To me, it was hard as fuck, but the graphics are fucking amazing. The graphics, the visuals, the character design, the world design. The storyline itself is fucking awesome.
It was a good hit. It was a really good hit. I know a lot of people.
I bought it the week it came out and never finished it. I got mad, rage quit, and fucking uninstalled it. I was like, "Fuck this game, fuck it."
I think I did that with one of the Star Wars games where I got so far and I couldn't figure out one of the worlds, and I was like, you know what, I'm done.
Oh, with the redhead kid.
Yeah, it had the little robot on him or something like that. Yeah,
game. I never beat it. I got close to beating it, but I haven't re-downloaded it yet, and I actually like that game.
It was good, and then I got to a part where I couldn't figure out, and even with something on YouTube, I was like, you know what? I even tried getting the double lightsaber.
I love that part.
No,
you have to beat that game at least 2 or 3 times before you unlock the full potential of that game, because you get different abilities, and then once you beat the game, you can revert back to the beginning of that game as the level that you stopped in. So you get
with the abilities you have,
the abilities that you didn't have in the beginning, which unlock different shit.
There's one game,
like Call of Duty's new level up system.
There's one game I haven't, and I'm gonna receive a whole bunch of hate for this too, especially for their fandom. I've never gotten into Dark Souls.
Me neither. Elden Ring was my first foray into that.
I've never gone to Dark Souls. But what the games that really got me back in the game, and I think I mentioned it time, but still, Uncharted and God of War,
remember the one.
and Assassin's Creed, which I cannot wait for Mirage to come out. I'll say it again.
That one's coming out soon, right?
Next year.
Yeah. It's like spring of next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not going to be. It's not too far
It's
away.
not too far away, but it's still, it's a couple days away.
Have y'all seen the trailer for it though?
Yeah, you sent me the link for it. That shit was badass.
Yeah.
Like I've always liked Assassin's Creed. My favorites will always be 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
But Odyssey.
I think I played the first one when that one was on PlayStation 3 back in 06, 07 or whatever it was.
Then were amazing. And now look what we got today.
They were. Now they're even better.
The remastered editions look so great. I have the remastered edition version of Assassin's Creed 3 on my Nintendo Switch. And it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like PlayStation quality good on my fucking Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
On a Switch.
It's the remastered edition. 3 was actually my favorite just because I liked Connor's combat style. My favorite weapons for him was the fucking the spike rope that he had with like the dagger on the end of it.
Right.
I would hit somebody with that, pull him, and hit him with the fucking hatchet. Pow!
And it reminds you of like Mortal Kombat or something.
It's like Scorpions, get over here, shit.
Scorpions, yeah.
Deep a little history between that. Did you know that with Mortal Kombat, that then had the U.S. create something to try to combat against it? And you know who that was? Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I could see that.
Yeah.
Well, that was a big competition between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, but Mortal Kombat was more, towards the adults with the graphics, finishing moves and everything like that. Because I remember, because you're talking about early 90s.
Like
somewhere
Sega
on there where, exactly. Sega, you had your PlayStation, one of the first one, and you had Mortal Kombat coming out. There was so much on there because of the blood, the fatality. Now you look at it and it's like normal video games that you play almost every day.
Yeah. You can't like escape a video game without violence nowadays.
Right, exactly.
Even if you play Little Big World, remember that PlayStation 3, Little Big World with little sack dude. Even that was violent.
I remember that. I think I had the camera for PlayStation 4. Didn't PlayStation 4 actually have Little Big World?
Yeah,
too?
PlayStation 4 had Little Big World.
I think you could use a camera for something.
It was like Little Big World.
I remember doing
2.
something with a camera.
No, Little Big World 3, I think, because they put out a second one on the PlayStation 3. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't care what anybody says. I actually liked that game.
It actually was not bad. It was pretty. I think it was pretty fun.
Good game. It's like definitely an easy game for kids to play. Solid game.
I think my favorite, other than COD, because you had Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the original ones that came out on PlayStation 3, was Guitar Hero. We were talking about that the other day in chat, and Guitar Hero we'd have like everybody coming over and we're just ding, 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 just freaking playing.
You get like 5 or 6 people together, have some drinks, and fucking jam out for a couple hours. I did that a lot in college.
The one game oh my God, like I think about it. Remember when they made Mario in like kind of like a paper form, and you can redirect them into kind of like old school Mario, and then once you move a certain direction, like it's kind of like a paper type of form Mario. I forgot
Paper
the
Mario.
name.
I remember Paper Mario. Yeah.
I don't
remember. The game was actually called Paper Mario World.
Yeah.
It was called Paper Mario.
It looked so weird to me. I didn't get it. Like to me, that okay. If you were to do something, stick it to like Mario Kart engine. That's just my thought. I may be kind of
Mario
one-dimensional.
Kart 8 is pretty good.
Yeah, but like
I remember the old Mario Karts. I don't know anything about Nintendo nowadays.
So on the Switch, you can actually download Super Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
I can play the original Mario Kart. Plus, you can also download Nintendo 64 games, like GoldenEye just got released, so I can play GoldenEye on my Switch now. The graphics are horrible, though. That game did not age well. But I can play Mario Kart 64, Super Mario 64, Star Fox 64. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think one of my favorite games was Super Mario Bros. 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That was where he had the raccoon tail and he would
the Tokori.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite. I remember that as a kid, right? But I remember as an adult having was a Game Boy. Holy shit! Yeah, it was a Game Boy, and it was just a little pocket one and colored, and you'd be able to play.
My first Game Boy was the old gray brick.
The
big
bigger
gray
one,
brick,
yeah.
and I had the light with the magnifying glass on it and the charging pack.
So I'm going to tell y'all something that might piss the both of you off. You know, the Paul brothers, Jake and whatever the other brother.
Yes.
So I think I told you this, Scottsdale. So what they did, they wanted to make a custom table, right? Guess what they made it out of?
Dildos.
Game Boys?
Yes. Old school. Yes.
No way.
Like old school Game Boys, authentic. They put a whole bunch of them on like a square little, like rectangular little rack thing, filled it up full of epoxy, and then that way it just made a table out of it.
Horrible.
Or
I'm gonna have to look that up a little bit.
Horrible.
it's like
I'm gonna look it up because that just sounds amazing. Yeah, horrible because it got over, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you probably could have gotten away with like 3D printing a bunch of Game Boys, and then it wouldn't have been such a like a stick to all of us older guys.
But then again, much like 3D printing a pew pew, like how much would that hold up with the epoxy? You got to think about that too, because the amount of weight, because like for any, depending on how much force that you use with a certain pew pew, if 3D prints aren't necessarily that reliable.
Right.
So, which leads me kind of into my next question. Science with especially, I don't know if you played Vanguard at all, but
yeah, I did. Oh no, I played.
Did you know that they couldn't get the actual names of pew pews for legal reasons? That's what. Yeah,
really did not know that.
That's why that they're doing this, because they're trying to avoid the very similar likeness. Like they'll take a AK-47 and name it the Kalash 7.62 or something like that.
That's where there were all different names with Vanguard.
That
makes sense.
So it's like it kind of irks me a little bit. It makes sense, but it kind of irks me a little bit.
But they did the same thing in Call of Duty.
Yeah, but it still irks me.
I mean, you still have the M4. I'm working on the M4 on the Camel right now, and they still have it as an M4.
But the AK is the Kostov or Kostyov, whatever.
Yes, and then
the like Kostyov 7.62.
And I think like their MP5 is a Lockman sub.
Yeah,
it's another one I'm working on. Yeah, instead of the MP5.
Yeah. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, but you see that in games though. Like that's been a thing, like forever. And
they're trying to. Okay, I know it's out there, but realistically, you would have a hard time getting an AK style LMG or AR style LMG.
No.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Yeah, you would. You have to go through the SOTs, and then you're depending upon the classification.
Yeah, but so Garanthem actually did a Papa Flannel actually did this one a couple weeks ago. You actually now, as a civilian in some states, check your state and local laws.
I'm in Texas, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Texas is like off limits to gun rights.
Yeah.
The gun laws. It's like, you can fucking.
they make gun laws like for us.
Texas and Tennessee are like the patron states of shooting shit. But Garanthem actually did a thing with I think he did it with administrative results, where you can own a belt-fed AR-15. It's a semi-automatic. It's not fully automatic.
Right, of course.
But what the hell? So, and then it's basically just a tray. You drop it into the receiver. The dust cover stays open, and then you load your shit on, and it's semi-automatic. It's not a fully automatic unless obviously you have an SOT like that.
Yeah,
that allows you to have that. Again, check your state laws. But it is actually legal for a civilian to own one of those in certain states. Jersey? No, probably not.
And my question is, and why would you make it then go to belt fed and just goes like a big old round drum?
Well, I guess either way you can do either is the same, I guess, but I think still you probably could have a bigger box for a belt fed than you could for a drum.
Yeah, I think on your drums right now, 100.
Yeah, I think if you get a pair of tits, it's like
You're looking at-
150.
you're
I
looking-
think.
If you're looking at 556,
Yeah.
or your 556 223, I think it's 100, 120, maybe 150. And if you're looking at a belt fed, you're pretty much in an ammo can.
I mean, like if
all
I
kinds of-
shoot primarily 223 out of this, it is a 223 556, but I shoot primarily 223.
Right.
If I belt fed a 223, I can probably get 20 to 25 more rounds than I could if it were 556.
By the way,
Right.
going back to your statement, check your state laws, Scottsdale. It's more or less dependent upon ATF than what it is by state laws.
Who?
ATF.
Who?
Yeah.
AFT. Fuck off. Go, Brandon.
AFT.
But I actually just got my New Jersey firearms ID card, which allows me now to purchase, which is weird, purchase handguns and handgun ammunition in Jersey.
Okay, so wait, let me get this correct. So you need an ID card just to buy a gun.
Here's how this works. It's still hard for me to wrap my head around because I've always lived in states where it's like the fucking Wild West.
Right, and you're
And
in
I'm in
Jersey.
Jersey now. So
Right.
you have to get You have to get an ID card in order to purchase a handgun and to buy handgun ammo. Now, here's the stipulation to that. I don't need an ID card to buy rifle ammo of any caliber.
Right.
I don't need an ID card to buy a long gun unless it's like a 50. With an ID card. I don't need that.
What's your take on that?
I don't want to just laugh.
Yeah.
My take.
Hey,
Okay,
here's where it gets funny though. Here's where it gets funny. If I buy a handgun tomorrow, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If I want to buy another one next month because it came in and it looks fucking pretty and it's going to sit on the shelf in my safe forever, I have to reapply for another permit every single time I purchase a new handgun, but I can buy as many long rifles a year as I want.
Well, so the great state of Texas, look, I've been a cop for 20 years. I've always had guns, right? Even with that, I had my concealed carry just to have it. And it was just so much easier when you're buying a gun. Now we're an open carry state, in which basically a gun license, basically the same thing you're talking about. But when you're buying a gun and having your license with you, makes it so much easier. I can go get it and buy it. And if I want to buy another one, I can buy two of them. It's not going to restrict me from anything. I don't need to show a license for ammunition, whether it's pistol or rifle or shotgun or anything like that. If I want to buy a rifle, same thing with a rifle. I still got to show, you got to fill out all the paperwork, your ATF paperwork, and having that license just boost it up a lot more because, in order to get that license, you've already had all kinds of criminal background checks.
You basically jumped through all the hoops already.
You've had everything that you've needed, which, and that we take for granted, but not knowing this in Jersey, this is crazy for me because I own a lot of pistols. I got 4 suppressors. I'm at 3 SBRs and then one that's actually 16. I'm probably going to get ready to buy another one. 308, 22 shotguns, the works. Exactly.
Mine's on my desk.
You know what, Matt? You've seen my Colts, my pair, the blue one, the silver one. They're both custom grips with my name on them. The silver one is almost everyday carry for work. So I did, and I think one of the most important things that I see that these will belong to my son at one point and my grandkids, and they'll be able to be passed down from one generation to another generation. And especially the
Here's my thing
my
about
Glock
it.
is probably going to go to my daughter.
Here's my thing about it. Why I wouldn't even touch New Jersey, and I've heard it's been trying to switch its like legislation around. I wish them well on that, and I fully back that up. But the thing is, I'm not touching it because if they're trying to get me to have a permit or whatever it is to get me, have me, so in that way I can get my 9mm or 40 cal. Hold on. If that way I can get my 40 cal, I am not touching it. I'm not touching that state, because if that is my
Well,
my EDC, my ammo for my EDC, and you're
here's the
trying
great
to,
thing.
well, hold on. I'll let you talk. Hold on. I am not going anywhere near that state for that simple reason. Because if it's my EDC, my ammo for my self protection or protect my mom when I'm out or when we're out, get fucked. I'm not. No.
Well, here's the funny thing. I can go one state over and buy as much ammo as I need to, and they can't do anything about it.
Right.
And even more, the most fucked up part about it, I think, actually comes from the way the law is written. I can buy as many long guns as I want without having to reapply for any permits or any bullshit. To buy every new handgun, and I like pistols. Pistols are my kryptonite. You know, I see a pretty pistol, I'm gonna want to buy it. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh, piece of candy.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to buy it, so I have to do it every time. Now, my issue is I can buy as much rifle ammunition as I want.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do more, if not the equal amount of damage as you can with a pistol, if one were so psychotically inclined to do that. It just the way it's written doesn't make sense.
I will say this:
if you're going to have the license for one, you need it. You would think you would have it for both, regardless. You know, and in defense of the Jersey, or defense, however you want to look at it, but you know, it's you got to have one and then cover the other one with it, regardless, because if you're putting up the laws for the pistol, we'll put the laws up for the long rifle.
Personally, I don't believe that there should be any restriction. I wish Jersey was, you know, more like Texas in the way of it is with guns, because if you have the ability to get it, obviously you don't need to be a psychopathic criminal. You still have to jump through like the background checks for every other state that you have to that you do to get a gun. I think that right there is, you know, kind of, and they're pretty rigorous with it, you know.
Yeah, you know what? It's not as easy as people think it really is. You know, I've seen.
I can't go into a gun. I can't go into a gun store and walk out with, you know, an SBR the same day. You know.
Right, and then so when you go in an SBR now you're talking about having a license with the the ATF, because I do have, like I said, I got three SBRs and 3 suppressors. So all 3 of those, or all 6 actually, was a $200 tax stamp for those, and it's 4 suppressors. So that's $800 in taxes just to have those, and then the 3 $600 for the.
Absolutely, it's crazy.
How long did you have to wait for the? How long did you have to wait for the transfer?
So the longest wait was 14 or 15 months. The quickest one was probably 8 months. The SBR, I did 2 of them digitally, and those actually were probably the 8 months.
I got a buddy in Norway that says they have no restrictions on cans. Like, you can buy as many as you want a year. You don't need a fucking reason. You just. You buy a new rifle, you want to fucking put a suppressor on it, buy the suppressor offline.
And you know, and I'm all for suppressors, and it's not like, you know, you're still going to hear it. It's, you know, people, you know, think about the movies where it just it's not like that. But the hearing protection and protecting yourself, you know, I'm a firearms instructor. I've been a firearms instructor for I don't know how many years already, but you know, over 10, 12 years I've been a firearms instructor. So I've been there. When you hear it, you hear, you know, and it's damaging the ears and things like that. Having a suppressor and being able to shoot and then taking off your headset, you're able to do it safely. And I think that's very important.
And this is a question I actually have for that. And I've wondered this. And Matt, you've been in combat, so you know, like, you don't obviously get the time to put your fucking ear pro in. You don't get time to sit there and mush up your little 3M earbuds to get them conform to your ears. Then you still get fucking tinnitus anyway. Then you still get fucking tinnitus anyway. So, like, I can obviously see where a suppressor in a law enforcement combat situation is absolutely necessary, and there shouldn't be there's no restriction there. but you're able to make your decisions and not have this fucking massive ass ringing going off in your ear. And I've shot a 357 snub nose without ear protection, and my ears still ring.
You know what? I shot an SBR. It was a Scar, and went up there and just grabbed it, talked to the guy, and I shot a couple times. My ears were shit after that. It's like for an hour probably I could hear the ringing, and just because it was an SBR, I think it was 11.5-inch barrel, which is probably your best barrel for a 223. It was just loud as fuck. It really was.
Let me ask you, do you have electronic Air Pro? Because I've been wanting to cop me up some because it's so much more proficient.
I have some. They're good.
It is. We have some from our department. I have one that's I got two in my unit, and you're able just to, you're able to talk, and then you're able to shoot, and then you're able to just give commands and do everything you need to do. And then if you're behind the line sitting back, you're able to hear everything that's going on in front. And I think that's one of the best things.
Look, I got a pair of electronics, Matt. You definitely should get some.
Yes.
I wonder what decibels they test them out to.
I have no idea, but I've never had issues where my ears hurt, my ears ring, or anything like that. Even after firing, the full line of officers shooting.
Because I know. That's because behind this stuff is always interesting to me, like how things kind of come about, and like I wonder how they do the testing for the decibels and all that stuff. I've had electronic Air Pro. I've worn it before, and it's like always fascinating to me to where we could talk like this, but it could sound out like a 308 and 556 or anything of that like that sort, and you can still just talk fine afterwards.
Yeah,
exactly. It'll mute it and cover it up real quick, and then it'll open it up.
What kind do you guys have? Because like I said, I'm wanting.
Oh my god, I couldn't tell you the ones that we have, and the one I know the one that I have is an older one that we would actually plug into our radio and we would use it for comms. But the one that I have, it was a green one from Academy, I think, that we ended up getting for our department. Can't remember the name of it.
I think it's Sorbins or.
I have Remington. They're just ones I picked. They're just ones I picked up from work, and they're actually pretty decent.
Exactly.
So if anyone wants to spot, if like any electronic hear pro want to sponsor us, guys, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always up for testing new products.
Yeah. So
yes.
Speaking about products, I see the shirt. SAENZ, you told me about it earlier, not too long ago. That's the shirt that you're wearing. Oh, what is that?
So this one right here was one of Relentless Defender shirts. I was actually waiting to wear this one on the podcast. And they have the sign on the side and the American flag on the other. So Relentless Defenders, they are Texas based. They're actually in the Houston area. So I do wear their shirts on stream. Then I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I just have a membership with them.
Oh,
so
we definitely got to get you a couple shirts too.
Yeah.
Our shit's kind of weird right now. There's some sizes of certain colors that we can't get right now. It's either it's a supply chain issue or they're just sold out, which I guess would still be a supply chain issue.
Yeah. I just don't wear white because then I end up with spaghetti on it, even though I don't wear
spaghetti.
I will say this:
spaghetti.
Knees weak, science spaghetti. I think that's a good problem to have, to have an out of stock. So because the amount of love that we've been receiving, it's as this is we're coming up on our second year of running. This is a problem that we're not kind of keen to, like we're trying to adjust it to learn how to fix it up with the out of order. And speaking about, I know that you mentioned Texas, or that organization that you just shouted out and mentioned is from. We just recently donated to a wonderful organization to name Project Steel, which helps with, which is their headquarters is out of Texas, San Antonio, actually.
Right.
And they help with homeless veterans and trying to help with renovating homes. So that's where our last donation went to. And so
That's awesome.
so
That is awesome.
for I'll say this, any veteran or patriot owned organization that wants to make an impact, I applaud for it.
Oh hell yeah.
If my goal in this and for Article 1776 was or is still to this very day, to the day I pass, is to make an impact in a way that if you think that you think that you can't do it, but then you're like, man, I'm really wanting to do it. I'm saying that if you want to do it, you can do it. All you have to do is put in the work and the grind and stay focused for it. And so it's it's good to help out a community and impact, like especially the ones over in San Antonio as well. But man,
yeah, we actually started this as like a small idea back in my kitchen about 8.5 years ago. And yeah,
Wow.
and then like life happened for a little bit. We all had to like not distance ourselves on purpose, but just through life, we created a little bit of distance.
And life happens.
And then kind of all snap back like rubber bands. We had a couple other people fall out. Fuck that guy. And so
I just love the way you did
it. It's an inside joke. You probably have to go back a couple episodes or two. So the guy that I'm talking about, we were at a funeral. Not the dead guy. Fuck that guy. That guy was actually cool. The guy that we were in the parking lot taking shots with afterwards. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Yeah. If
the dead guy was cool. That guy was.
If you see the YouTube short for that one, or seen the episode for that one, then we had to clear that up like lickety split. It's not fuck that guy as in the guy that's 6
not
feet
fuck
under.
the dead guy. The dead guy was fine. The guy that we were drinking with after the dead guy. Fuck that guy.
and I've always going to show it's like accountability for a lot of people. Wherever you want to go and throughout life, you're accountable for your own actions. So
100%. 100%.
So it's like however much work that you put into things, you can't say you're in a bad position because of what he or she did or what another person did or whatever situation. You got to do it for yourself. And that's why I was kind of
just got to do it.
And that's why I was sick and tired of waiting around for like everyone to have like thumbs up their asses. So I looked at Scott Taylor doing. I said, "Fuck it, let's do it. I'll pay for the paperwork. We'll see." He has a lovely wife who has her own organization too, Evie Knits. Guys, go check that out. And we signed the paperwork right there and then. And so it's like I was so like for me
$300, and then we were LLC owners.
Yeah, because for me, I was like, I'm so sick and tired of saying like, what if we do this? Well, what if we? I'm not the person to do that.
You have to move on it.
Yeah, and that's kind of why like this started as like Article 1776 started as 7 people.
Yeah.
7 or 8 people that all were like coming together on ideas and stuff, and like, all right, cool. Well, I know how to do this. I know how to do this, and it was like another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Oh, those 2 fell off, and then now it's just us 2, and then now we have our editor and our audio editor, Pop. You can't bitch about just doing the shit. You got to just do it.
Yeah, and I think that's very important. And it's always good. And I'm going to go back to one thing I said the other day in chat, because we were talking about working out or whatever it was. If you set yourself up to go work out with somebody and you're waiting on them, you're going to set yourself up for failure. Sometimes you got to move and do it on your own. And along your way, somebody will come to help you out and, push you through what you need to get pushed through. Because for me, I work out by myself. I do everything solo. I don't depend on anybody. I'm not going to wait for you. I'm not going to wait for you at the gym. Not trying to be anything, but I know how people can be. So you, Matt, moving on this and trying to get up and doing it and then getting with Scott, same ideas, same concepts. It worked out, and look where y'all are at now.
One of the biggest things I want to push, and I want to let Matt know, because I don't know if I've let you know yet. I actually found a company that makes their shirts here in America. The materials are not outsourced from other countries. They use American sourced cotton. American made polyester fibers and stuff like that. It's a company called Riverside. I got my printer up and running. It's actually over here in the corner. I'm waiting on ink. I just cleaned out my ink cartridges. I'm waiting on ink for it. So I'm ordering 10 shirts at $6.88 a piece instead of us paying $18.75 a piece for shirts like we're paying now.
Yeah, because
Big.
Go ahead.
For what those of you who do not know, we barely make any profit off of this.
$10,
like
roughly.
Not even that. And then you got to consider the portion that we donate too, because we're still helping out as much as we can. Like say, like if you, this is with shipping included. So if you pay $35 for one of our shirts, then we take that and then we still pay the vendor almost $25 for that payment. We're only seeing about like probably $2, $3, almost I would say about like $5 a shirt.
So buying these shirts from Riverside, I can cut out our middleman, drop the price of our shirts, and we could still make a profit off each shirt and still make a better profit than what we're making now, even after we cut profits for the charities.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the biggest things that we've been trying to push is American asses and American jobs. And I understand that not everything that you're going to wear needs to be made in America. Hell, my socks are probably made in Bangladesh, and that's fine.
Because they're comfortable.
Either way, they're comfortable. The problem is, and this is my biggest problem, and I think it is with Warhammer too, that we have way too many companies that are making American dollars, putting American flags on shirts that are made in fucking Nicaragua or Honduras. I'm all for stimulating other capitals, or, other countries' capital gains and all that, but not off our flag. Matt, unfortunately, is wearing our freaking is wearing Marine a perfect Corps. Example of that. I love Grunt Style. I love what they do, but they're an American company, but their shirts are made in Honduras.
Yeah,
with an American flag on it. I would like to change that as much as we can, because and this sounds kind of Trumpy, but the question I really have is like, why shouldn't America be great? Like, why can't we? Like, why can't we go back to making shit in America more than that we are now?
Right.
Because we have a huge freaking unemployment rate. How are we going to fix that? Well, let's bring some manufacturing jobs back. Let's try to do that with some t-shirts. Fuck.
Our inflation rate is about 8.3% last time I checked, and it's supposed to be around like 4. Like it's supposed to be around like 4%.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So,
but
I say shop local.
Exactly. You know what isn't crazy and all about freedom, Scottsdale?
Article 1776.
Bam, Article 1776. So go shop there today. Even SAENZ has a discount code for that. SAENZ10. Go check it all out. So I want to say thank you all so much for joining us on the podcast. You guys are so freaking awesome.
Thank you for coming back, SAENZ. We're sorry about the glitch last time.
Yeah.
No worries, got kicked out, no worries.
But we got you, bro.
Yeah. So SAENZ, give them your socials. Give them where they can follow you. I know you do Twitch.
Yeah. So you can follow me on Twitch TV /SAENZ203. We're streaming probably 4 or 5 times a week. We're getting back into streaming, getting away from everything else and actually running some games and having some fun. Back to that. I'm on TikTok, SAENZ203, YouTube, SAENZ203, Instagram, FScience Jr., and you can even find it with SAENZ203. So hit me up, check it out, see.
Yeah, definitely give them a follow.
And you are Scottsdale, give them your socials.
Scottsdale87 on Twitch and Twitter. Scottsdale_87 on Instagram. You can't find me on Facebook.
But you can find him on Cornhub. No, I'm just
Corntug.
Yeah, there you
Corn
go.
tug.
There you go.
And I am I am Matthew Kicklighter, aka MK Warhammer. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MK Warhammer 0311. You can find me on Instagram at Kicklighter Matthew 1988. You can also find our company, Article 1776 Clothing, at Instagram.com/Article 1776 Clothing. We want to say thank y'all so much for being so awesome, so sweet, and enjoy the fucking freedom. Love you guys.